It's like staying in a museum, really.
Yes. A museum meets Pee-wee's Playhouse.
I love it.
Yes.
Room with all these like whimsical animals. Wow, extra good.
Samurai sword on my back.
Did you notice she's got some champagne in her picnic basket?
Maybe you should relax. Maybe you should relapse.
Originally, she had pubic hair. The crooked path of the Carlton Arms.
Hey guys, we have a special episode today. We're gonna visit the oldest art hotel in New York City. We're gonna go inside, check out some of the rooms. We decorated 2 of them in the past, and we're gonna speak to the longtime manager, John Ogren, and a friend is gonna meet us there as well. So extra good. This is it. The Carlton Arms Hotel on East 25th Street near 3rd Avenue in the Kips Bay neighborhood has been hosting different artists to decorate its rooms for well over 35 years. But it has a really cool history because the building itself was a hotel. In fact, it was gas lit, and it used to have farmers to businessmen staying there. And then even during Prohibition, the lobby was a speakeasy. In the 1960s, it became an SRO, single room occupancy hotel. And then in 1983, the present owner took it over and it became the Carlton Arms Art Hotel. So let's go inside and check out some of the rooms. Extra good. Oh wow, look at the old mosaic on the floor. You know that's original. Oh, and check out this. Literally every inch of the hotel has been covered by different artists with their artwork. In exchange for decorating all the rooms and the stairwells, the artist gets to stay in the hotel for free. That's kind of the deal.
Bye.
Hello, how are you? We don't have Hudson with us today, as the hotel does not allow pets. There are 4 different floors to this hotel. Floors A, B, C, and D, and 54 different rooms. You can stay in a room with a private bath, while some have shared baths. We're following the manager up the stairs to the top floor of the hotel, the D floor. The Carlton Arms would definitely not be a good choice for anyone who has mobility issues, as there's no elevator and the staircases are quite steep and narrow. This is John Ogren. He's the longtime manager of the Carlton Arms Hotel. So yeah, tell us a little bit about how you started working here and, you know, really what makes this a special and fabulous place to work.
Well, I had a friend that worked here, a friend from Minneapolis, and she was one of the only people I knew in New York when I moved here. And she was working here, so I got to know the place, be the weekend maid. That was 1986.
Oh wow, so that was not too far after it became the official art hotel.
Yeah, it was a really sad place. A place where people were sort of just deposited. We had a lot of older people. And,
because of its history as an SRO then.
Yeah, so yeah, it was an SRO. I think when I came here there were 28 permanent residents.
Oh wow.
SRO people. And over the years, they've moved on in one way or another. Checked out.
In one way or the other.
In one way or the other. Yeah. You could hang a tire on the wall, and it looked like somebody at least cared enough to hang a tire on the wall. And then it slowly turned into an artist hotel. As people moved out, the rooms had to be painted anyway.
I love this hallway with the Egyptian hieroglyphics.
The Egyptian hallway.
And who was that done by?
That was Diana and Bruno, and this was done a long time ago.
And they added the sculptures to the walls.
This is them.
This is room 3D.
3D. This was done by Dan Byrne, who's a musician, so he did this room.
Oh, wow.
This is one of the rooms with shared bath. So the bathroom's right next door, but they have a sink, and he did this. And he did this, I think, in 2013.
And did he stay here while he was decorating it?
I guess if you call yourself an artist and we can get along with you, you're qualified.
Right, you don't need to show a long resume of what artwork you've done in the past.
No. Just his love for the hotel and kind of understanding what it is, that this is not the Holiday Inn. It's just a strange and unique place in New York.
Wow, look at this room. Kind of like a Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, and look at the wolf. Did you notice she's got some champagne in her picnic basket? Oh, look at this. I love this. Look at this old repurposed beer container as a little nightstand. Yeah, it's great. Extra good. Oh, look at this. This is so beautiful. Oh, and they initialed it. Look, FF loves RG. Aw, that's sweet. This room even has a private bathroom. That's decorated also. Oh, wow. Look at this bathroom. Amazing. Wow, extra good. Look at that mosaic work. It almost makes you not want to leave the bathroom. Oh, this is beautiful. This is the monochromatic room for sure. Wow, look at the detail. And look at this dragon. Wow, those teeth are sharp. Don't get caught in the spider's web. Oh, wow, look at the details on this peacock. Look how intricate it is. Amazing. It is.
So,
this is Bansky room?
well, that's interesting.
That's kind of neat.
That's kind of creepy. This is the room that Bansky decorated before he became famous. He stayed at the hotel and he did this room with all these like whimsical animals. The hotel doesn't want to like make it be like, okay, this is the Bansky hotel, especially because they're trying to respect Bansky and his style has changed over the years. And this really isn't reminiscent of the style that he became famous for and obviously is well known for today. But we love it. Well, we think it's awesome. He even painted the ceiling. And it's in remarkably good condition for a room that was painted so many years ago. So not only did Bansky paint the room, he also did this mural in the hallway. And this is work like recognizable, kind of like what he does today. The room is totally different. We love Rent is Due with the bat, and then look at this dynamite stick sticking out of the ballot box. Extra good.
So yeah, this is Diana and Mauro.
Oh, I see.
I think I said Bruno. I don't. And this was in '97.
97. Wow. Wow, it looks so great. Like it's really.
Everyone's part of the. So this is Diana.
Oh, that's the cover of a self-portrait.
Yep. This is her actual face.
Oh, wow.
Originally, she had pubic hair, but I know. And for whatever reason, I guess it's good luck. So it's eventually become bare and shiny over the years. But this is Diana, and her partner Bruno is. That we'll get a closer look at. Tomb, I guess, of the staff at the time. This is Chino.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Ty Inwood, Andrew Hickey.
Oh, Andrew, we know Andrew.
Yep. John Ogren.
Oh, yourself?
Tetsuya Masuda. And this is Mauro.
So did they take a cast of your face? Like, how did they do
Yes. We had our faces Vaselined and then covered with gauze.
So this is pre-beard.
This is definitely pre-beard, because I'd probably still be caught in the plaster cast. But I don't know what I was doing with my mouth, but I guess it was
You were pursing
inside,
your lips.
yes, going, I can't believe I'm dead. We have artists that have done entire hallways. So yeah, we have this, and then we have somebody busting in to the tomb. This is done by the artist Tom Bob, who is of more recent times. I think he did this about a year ago.
Here. I'm just curious. This is room 9A, and James and I decorated this room in 2009 because our book Storefront, The Disappearing Face in New York, had just come out, and John Ogren, the manager of the hotel, invited us to have our very, very own room and kind of have like a book release party. So what we did is we took a lot of our storefront photos from our book and we pasted them along the wall. We kind of made like a photo mosaic. And then we invited one of our graffiti artist friends to paint some characters. His name is David Cooper. And the character, one of them was actually holding a copy of our book. We had a book on the easel and we attached it to the wall. So you could actually look through the book while you were staying at the room. So it was really, really cool. Unfortunately, the room just didn't last. People were taking parts of the photo collage down off the wall, like picking at them, and they took it home with them like a little piece of our book. And we didn't mind. I mean, we kind of expected that to happen, but it only lasted, I think, around maybe 2 or 3 years. So it's obviously been redone since then. So the Carlton Arms Hotel is really, really conveniently located for those people that are, traveling and not really sure about the Kips Bay area. Being right on the corner of 3rd Avenue at 25th Street, it's very close to the subway because there's a big subway stop on 23rd Street, and also convenient to many beautiful parks. There's Gramercy neighborhood, there's Madison Square Park nearby, and lots of museums. I mean, it's really, really walkable. Union Square is not too far. It's really, really extra convenient. 7D.
Yeah, it's one of our smaller rooms with shared bath. This was done by Delara Nordic, and there's no date on here, but this must be 4 or 5 years ago.
And you're saying this is one of the smaller rooms then?
Yeah. This is pretty tiny, and then the shower and toilet is just down the hallway.
It's
And
quite cozy.
it is, yeah. I like it.
Now, how often would you say that, prior to the pandemic, because we know that you had to close, for a good portion of the time during the pandemic, at least the height of it, certainly. How often do the rooms get redone by artists? Like how many times, like is it once a year or twice a year?
Generally try to do openings 2 times a year, just because it's a time that we can celebrate the artists and give the hotel some more exposure.
Oh, wow. Look at this shower. Oh, let's check out this toilet.
Kind of like an outhouse.
Yeah, so this one has not only the toilet, but also the tub. We have a special guest today. This is John from Barr. He has an amazing YouTube channel. And we wanted to show him around the hotel and show him the rooms that we had decorated many years ago. Because it's really great. I mean, this is a really great option for a budget-friendly traveler who also gets a dose of free art along the way. So yeah, what are your impressions so far?
I would say just roaming around for a few minutes, this is more exciting to me than some museums I have paid admission to in New York City, and I know that our viewers are absolutely going to love this place.
Extra good, right?
Extra good.
I think this is the first room that we actually redid, like took the work out and then did it again. We're still doing some work in here. But Helen had done this room and there was water damage. So we fixed it up, and then we had Venus and Lynette come and do this room. And they're with a band. At the time, it was All the Pretty Horses. And I remember taking the reservation, and they're sort of punky, gothy, rocky. But I took the reservation for a band, and I thought, oh, I don't know if I want to have a whole band staying here.
Oh, like they're gonna be practicing in the room,
or just crazy, like crazy band folk. And, so they showed up, and Venus was in all her glamour, leather, safety pins, everything. Walked up the stairs, and I'm like, okay, great. And they are the nicest, most, and dear friends now, and wonderful, wonderful people.
So don't judge a book by its cover.
Do not judge a book by its cover. A book or a hotel or people. Specialized kind of in gender unspecific, maybe. So we've got kind of our what would traditionally be maybe female looking with breasts and a penis. And we had 2 guys staying here once. And after they left, I came up and they had cut out little underwear to put over this.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And then we had another two gentlemen that were staying here, and they said, we're worried about the images of the penises on the wall. I said, you know what? They're not going to do anything to you unless you want them to. So
I love how they did the ceiling as well. They covered every surface.
And they did the bathroom.
I was looking at that, and it has a clawfoot tub as well.
And it's another one of those tubs, yeah. So I think this was the bathtub. I had a friend, Lynn, who worked for Atlantic Records, and back in the day when you had album covers, so she had a photo shoot of a band that they were promoting, and all four of them got into the tub with bubbles, and
wow.
they were squished in there, and the lighting tree was right at the foot of it. And the lighting tree fell over into the bathtub.
Oh no!
But luckily, it was a new enough that it just popped out. It just shorted.
Safety.
Safety. Yeah. Maybe like 5 years earlier, we'd have 4 dead band soup or something. Okay, further into the tomb.
The tomb, I love it.
So this room was done, well, maybe 15 years ago now, and it was a big favorite of people, and folks would call and ask if they could have the German cottage, and Jeff is pure British, so he painted this on the door and said, it's not a German cottage, it's an English Tudor cottage. So he needed to make that clear to folks. So you can see a process, but this room was done by Jeff and Kath Green. But even as this one gets a little bit more tattered, I feel like it looks a bit more realistic even. They put in the Tudor windows.
Oh wow! Yeah, it's like as if it was stained glass.
Yes. And then they put in the pitched ceiling.
Yes, I noticed that.
And they told me they were going to do that, and I went, that's going to make the room look so small, but it actually makes it look bigger.
Right.
I think it just gives it...
it heightens it somehow.
Yes.
So this one has its own bathroom.
This one has a private bath. It was very important to them that we kept the clawfoot tub.
Oh, wow. It's cast iron,
So a
right?
lot, yes.
Legs. Oh, extra good.
And the tile's original too.
Do you recall when this building was constructed?
1864.
Wow.
During the Civil War. Actually, 2 buildings. The older one was in 1864.
Wow.
And then the second one, which is this part, was built a couple of years later. So where you see the floors buckling in the hallways, that's the building settling at different rates.
Oh.
So it's a little added to the crooked path of the Carlton Arms.
This is one of our favorite floors because they would kind of call it like the graffiti hall. We got Andre Charles' shirt ensconced in there with the pants, socks, the whole works. Extra good. And look at this. So awesome. More tribute to Andre Charles. See, citation of merit. President of the Borough of the Bronx. Extra good. And look, even the ceiling. Toilet. Let's go check it out. Oh! One of the best toilets. It's just so colorful, and it's really budget friendly too. That's the nice thing. You think, wow, with all this artwork, that this might be an expensive place to stay, but it's not. We'll talk to John what the current prices are, but I think that it's anywhere from $90 or around there. We'll find out exactly for a shared bathroom room to over 100 something for one with a private bath, but really it's very, very reasonable, and it's super clean, extra good. Plus, fun to stay in a room that's decorated. This is Andre Charles, one of his hallmark characters. If you knew him from back in the day when there was a lot of graffiti painted by him on the street, this little baby with a pacifier was definitely a hallmark of his. Of course, in honor of today, being that we're in an art hotel, I had to wear my Keith Haring Doc Martens. Extra good. Because he was a king. Oh, let's check out this shower room. Okay, wait. Is there a light? Hold on. Oh, look, the light comes on automatically. So you gotta wave your hand. See, it's motion sensitive. When you're not in there, it goes off.
I'm working the switch.
Oh, gee, you see, he got me. So let's go inside 10C and see what it looks like today. Because this is the room that we did as a collaboration for our, as a book release for our Burning New York Graffiti NYC book. What happened was, the book came out in 2006, and we met a street artist, and he invited us to be part of a collaborative room. And what we did is we took our photos from our graffiti book, and we pasted them like a collage, like the different little tiny photos. We printed them out real small. We pasted them all on this wall, and we even decorated the front of this sink area as well. And then he had us invite a graffiti artist that had, painted, and we showed their work in our book. His name was CERN, and he painted this beautiful wall with one of his gorgeous characters. And then the street artist did a wall right here, and then another wall was done by another photographer. So it was really great, but again, it only lasted around 2 years or so, because the nature of the room, and being that we had put graffiti photos on the wall, it just got, people were picking off the photos. But I want to tell you, when we had our release party for this room, like our opening party, so many graffiti artists came that they even tagged up the closet. And there's still some tags in the closet today. So it's funny, and you can see 2009. So even though it was repainted by another artist, they didn't go inside the closet. So you can still see a remnant from our room. Doing an installation at the Carlton Arms was such a rewarding experience, and the nice thing about John Ogren was that he gives everyone the freedom to just do what they want as far as whatever their medium is. When we were installing our work, of course, it involved a lot of glue, but we also shellacked it so people couldn't pick off the photos easily. The shellac was very noxious fumes, and some of the people that were staying at the hotel were complaining about the fumes coming from our room as we were decorating a bunch of. It's like, listen, that's part of the process. When you stay at the hotel, you have to understand that artists are redecorating the room. So, he just stood up for our artistic rights, our freedom of expression. So that was extra good. We encourage anyone that wants to stay here and possibly, paint their own room or do some sort of installation to just reach out. It was a great experience. Extra good.
Awesome. No, I'm just saying every room is a completely different vibe. I don't think you're going to find many hotels anywhere in the world like this. And even you look up at the ceiling, it's a different story too. I'm not going to lay in the bed, but I would love to lay in bed and just stare up at this. You don't need a TV. You got plenty of entertainment all around.
So this is nice and spacious. This is 11D, correct?
Yep. And this has been here for a while. This was done by Jean-Michel Varnet, a French artist. He has a studio in Paris.
It's kind of impressionistic, right?
Yes. Very much a French impressionist. But if you stand in the middle, when we had a wooden floor, there was an X where you're supposed to stand. And at one point there was a hammock in here.
Oh, wow.
But that didn't work out for. But we were talking too about if you're looking for a place that's not too like in your face and
More serene.
it's more serene, yes. But if you're in his backyard in Paris, this is what it looks like.
Oh, wow.
If you stand on the X, this is.
Yeah. If you look, and this is what his.
And he decorated the
home looks
bathroom
like.
as well. Let's check
And he
that
did
out.
the bath. Yeah. I don't.
Go ahead.
Yes, yeah, it's Swedish artists that came and did this room. And one of the things that I, just from experience, I try to encourage people to just put paint on the walls. If there's too many things, especially in New York City, it just gets dirty. But this one's actually been here for maybe 3 years now.
Look at all the little touches, and even in the hallways. A useful man. On. Off. Oh, look at, I just noticed, a Scrabble game. Awesome, we love Scrabble. Oh, this one has a nice view because it's a corner room. This gets a lot of natural light. And for a room with no bathroom, it's quite spacious. This is room 6C. But specifically, wow, this room is so cool. Extra good. It's like you're at the mechanical helm. So John, tell us, what happened when the pandemic, hit in March 2020, like when the city went into lockdown.
It's just been so crazy for everyone, and certainly we want to be safe and want to keep others safe, but we really haven't had many guests since this whole thing began. So we're looking forward to things opening up.
Give us a little price range of what somebody can expect at this time.
Right, the prices are about half of what they used to be, so we'll continue that for a while and see what happens. So right now, a room for 2 people with its own private bath is $90. We just don't rent rooms with shared bath anymore, just because we don't want the
Right.
movement in the hallways and stuff.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So when you stay at the Carlton Arms Hotel, there's free Wi-Fi, so that's not a problem to getting internet. But if you don't have your own computer, they provide you with one. So you can go online. Extra good. And of course, there's coffee available in this little lobby, off the lobby area. And look. Okay, so it doesn't provide much heat, but it looks great. I like that you get a real key with your room, not
Well-
just an electric key card, like...
Early on, the owner was talking about getting the electronic key things.
Right.
That
That's
was
right.
booed and vetoed immediately. Yeah, we hand you a key,
Right.
not
Then you feel like you're home.
plastic. Yes, you have
You know what
a
I'm
key to
saying?
your room.
Yeah.
You have a key to the front door.
That this opens up people's eyes to a wonderful place that you can stay on a budget and be like in the midst of art. It's like staying in a museum, really.
Yes. A museum meets Pee Wee's Playhouse.
I love it.
Yes. Yes. So, Exit to the Gift Shop, a movie done a few years ago. I guess maybe even the poster for it had this woman pushing a shopping cart filled with things that I guess you get in the gift shop. and this lady was in it. And I understand they have a smaller version of her in Paris. But she was in the shopping cart. So when they had an opening for the movie in London, we sent her to London to be at the opening. And then she came back, and she's still here with a little bruise on her head from the trip.
Yeah. Look.
Perfect.